is an F sharp. There's only one sharp, so that means we're in the key of G major. So what that means for us is that our second finger note on the A string and the E string are going to be squish twos. So instead of here on the tape, they'll be squish twos really nice and close. And our second finger notes on the G and D string are going to stay the same on the tapes. That's it for the key signature, unless we have accidentals, which we do in this piece. Here and there we have C sharps on the A string, so that means your second finger will be on the tape for those notes. So starting right at the beginning, we have a double stop, which you don't have to play if you don't want to, but I am going to teach you how to do that properly. So we're going to be playing our E string and our A string at the same time, and try to balance the bow between both strings. We don't want one string more than the other like this. We're going to try to make a nice solid sound. Okay, so our note on the A string is going to be a squish two. So it's really important that we make these sound nice together. So play around with it until you get this nice sound. If your finger's too high, it'll sound weird. Okay, so here I go from the beginning. I have this half note that's tied to an eighth note, so I'm going to count for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to do that again at tempo so you hear what it should sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. And our quarter notes, because we had that eighth note tie, our quarter notes are now going to be on the off beat. So they won't be on the beat that you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll be go ba, ba, ba. So again, right from the beginning, I'm going to play the first line. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now I'm going to be starting at measure 9. We're on an open A string. Okay, so open A, regular fingers, all of our fingers here are going to be on the tape because we have C sharps. And when we have those tied eighth notes together, it's kind of like you're playing a quarter note, and they're the most important notes to be in tune. So if you want to grab a electric tuner and freeze on all of those tied eighth notes to make sure that they're really, really in tune, that would be an excellent way to practice. So I'm going to play that again, starting at measure 9. So I stopped and just really listened to those notes. Okay, again at tempo. 2, 3, 4. That C in measure 13 is going to be a squish 2 again, because we don't have an accidental. Regular 2 on the tape because the accidental. 2, 3, 4. Squish 2. Okay, let's play that measure again. It's a little bit of a weird rhythm. jump from E. Just practice that. Down bow, stop, up bow. 2, 3, 4. Then it repeats the same pattern again. 2, 3, 4. Swish. 2, 3, 4. Now we have a whole rest there, so that is 4 full beats of rest while the other part is playing. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we really, really have to stretch for that 4th finger to make sure it's on the tape. Okay, then we have 3 beats of rest in the next measure. So I'm going to start at measure 40 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So this measure here is a little bit tricky because we're jumping between our D string and our E string. So we have to be moving really, really quickly and also using our wrist and our fingers to get the correct bow. So I'm going to be starting on a down bow on D1, and I'm going to freeze. So your fingers will be round and curvy on your D string, and then your fingers are going to actually straighten a little bit, and your wrist is going to come up to play that E squish 2. Okay, there is a double stop between your E squish 2 and a D3, but that we're going to play divisi because that will be really, really hard for you to play across. So one more time, starting at measure 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're on a down bow for that double stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 53. 3, 4. 4. So that last 2 measures there, those quarter notes, I'm going to slow them down. If you've heard the recording of the actual song, they slow that down and it just gives it a little bit of a this is the end feeling. So I'm going to play again from 69. Now these are double stops. You can play them if you want to, or you can choose to play either the top or the bottom note depending on your stand partner. I'll show you how to play them together though. So the first one we're not going to play as a double stop because that is an octave leap from a D string and an E string, and it's just not possible to play right now. So I'm going to start here on my second finger on the E string. Then it's E and A1, 1 and D3, open A and D2, and then just choose the bottom or the top note here, or D1. So that'll take a little bit of practice, again, getting the balance across two strings. Between the second note and the third note, you can leave your first finger on the A string and then only move your second finger to the D string. So I'm going to play again here. I'm going to leave my first finger on the A string and put my third finger on the D string. Alright, so that is Eleanor Rigby Violin 1. Happy practicing, everyone.